Hey guys, my name is Tad Gill. I am the founder of Nighttime Software, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and our business. So, if you're here today, I hope it's because you are interested in building mobile apps, and boy, do we have something for you. So, back in 2011, I had this job for an insurance company that paid me to get my insurance license and then literally sit around and do nothing for the rest of the year until they needed me. They only needed me for 4 months out of the year. The rest of the time, I could do whatever I wanted. So some people chose to watch Netflix. Some people chose to walk dogs. I chose to learn about mobile apps. And my first project, I wanted to make a video game. And so for this video game, I went and had a big event on a website called crowdspring.com. And I posted a reward for $1,200 and submitted a bunch of little stick figure drawings for artists from around the world to come and submit their ideas on what my game should look like. And we had this fantastic artist from Japan named David Hattori. And he came and took my little stick figure drawings and literally turned them into visual gold. And it was just fantastic. We were super excited. He had just so many ideas for the app, and my brain was storming. It's gonna be a great app. It still might be one day. But so what happened was I went and found, next I put the idea online, went and found a developer. Right? These developers from Arizona contacted me. They were super interested in developing that. They wanted me to change my model a little bit. They didn't want me to make just an app for iPhone and Android. They wanted it to be a social app on Facebook, and they wanted me to target 43-year-old women who were apparently just spending a ton of money on Farmville at the time. So that became the business model. I went and then I had to find an investor. So I went to my local college there, to a small business development center, and had them help me with a business plan, worked with them for a couple of months. And then I just went on Google and started looking for angel investors. And I wound up on the New York Angel Investment Alliance Network and submitted my business plan for $300. I had some investors contact me, and the one that I started working with was from Singapore. And we were working with him for a little while, and he had all these benchmarks set apart to where if we didn't hit these benchmarks for him, that he was going to get pretty much 99% of the game. So I was like, oh man, that kind of sucks. I don't know about all this. But then he made it super easy for me, because he then wanted to fire my artists, which I had made friends with, and fire my developers, which I had made friends with, and move everything over to India or Russia for his continued due diligence. And I was like, oh man, really? Man, that is not how I want to start out my business career. I just started my new company, and I don't want to, make these friends and then just totally betray them for money. But he was going to give us $300,000, but I told him no. And he's like, really? I was like, yep. I was like, well, if you change your mind, let me know. I was like, alrighty. But I had some other ideas. That's why it was really easy for me to say no, because I had some other things I wanted to do, and I figured I can come back to it later, maybe find a local investor. So that said, I went on to the next idea, which was the Twin Falls app. So the Twin Falls app, Twin Falls is the town next to me here in southern Idaho. And back in 2011, apps were just starting to get, just super popular. And I seen a market. Now I wanted to build an app for the community, allow business to kind of integrate into the world of mobile applications affordably. So I took my little demo app before it was even published, went and found the biggest, baddest entrepreneur in town, and I sat down in front of him and handed him my phone and said, this is how people are going to find your apps from now, or this is how people are going to find your movie listings from now on. His name was Larry Roper, and he owned a string of movie theaters across the Magic Valley here. And he just stared at it for a second. Blank stare on his face. I was like, uh-oh. But then he looked up at me and he said, okay, do you do websites too? And I said, yes, I do. And actually, no, I didn't. Believe it or not, I learned how to do mobile apps first. And I had no idea how to do websites, but you better darn well believe right after that meeting, I went down to Hastings and bought Websites for Dummies and read that thing cover to cover and learned how to do websites. So I went home, and by the end of that week, I had made him a Flash website that was super pretty. It had curtains that opened. Actually, oh, yeah, no, it's down now. So, yeah, I had curtains that opened. People could find their movie listings on the web, and we redirected them to mobile to find their movie listings on the Twin Falls app, and the app just exploded in popularity. But Larry ended up, he was getting up there in age, and he retired when they built the new movie theater in town at the mall. And so I lost my biggest client, who was paying me $1,200 a month to run a website and an app. It wasn't taking me hardly any time at all. But we had been prepared. We were getting ready to open up the app to the rest of the community, so we did just that. We went and found a business partner. We joined the Chamber of Commerce, and we opened it up to everybody in the Chamber of Commerce. We went and got an employee, and opened up office there downtown, and we just kind of tackled our local community, and then we spread out, started making apps for people around the country too. And actually, one of our very first apps was for a university in Paris, so that was kind of neat. So let me show you guys our platform a little bit now that I've talked about my story. So building an app with Economy Spark is super simple. You're going to need to know some Photoshop skills, but if you don't have any, don't worry. We can help you. But I would definitely recommend going to Skillshare or lynda.com and learning Photoshop, or even taking a class at college, because honestly, if you know Photoshop, boy, do I got something for you. So it's time to build an app. You'll let us know what you want for an email and a password, and we'll set you up here. You'll just come on over here and click build your app, and you'll enter in your information, your password, and you'll click login, and you'll get on over here to that builder. And today I'm going to show you an app for a client we just set an app up for called Warmart. So Warmart is a pretty big tattoo parlor here in Twin Falls. And so we built him an app. What's nice about our apps, there's the cool thing is, once you set up an app for your customers, you can then teach them how to log in themselves and edit their app themselves. And this keeps the cost a little bit lower, but if they want to pay you to edit the app, that's fine, because you can charge $500,000, $700,000 or more a month if you like, if they got that kind of money, but not everybody does. And if they don't, you can teach them how to log in and do it themselves. And so when they land here, they'll be on their dashboard here, where they'll see how many people are using it on iPhone, how many people are using it on Android, and how many people are using their web app. And it'll give them a little display of how many people are logging in each day, right? So, show them their customers, people that are active, people that are inactive. Shows you your activity, what you've been doing. So if you got employees that are logging and doing stuff, it's kind of neat. So then you can come over here to create, and you've got design and build. Well, design is where you edit the look of your app. Show you that real quick, and we'll go on over to build. All right, so here underneath design, you've got your home screen, navigation, and global styling. So let's just stick with home screen for now, keep this simple for you. So this is how you'll pick your initial layout of that. Do you want just a background with a menu up the top? Do you want your background and your image with your logo here with a bunch of buttons? That's the one he has here. That's why he has 2 rows of buttons. Or do you want some big buttons that scroll up as people drag and have your logo up here, which will shrink as you drag up? Get out of the way. And you can check out what that looks like by just going to use.the.economysparkapp.com or download the Economy Spark app. Or you can have a tab menu like this and just have 1 row of buttons. All right, so you can pick your rows and your columns here if that's what you have. Pick your background color, so it'll be your base color. Then you pick your branding here. That's what this is. So he's got his image there. So you can choose your image, place it there, or place it wherever you want, and it'll float over your background. And you pick your home screen background. So you browse and you pick whatever you want here. So he wanted his red one. And then his logo floats over it. And then if you choose this setting or this setting, carousel images, you'll have 5 of them. That's what the Twin Falls app has. And the people that pay the most on the Twin Falls app, I put their image up on the carousel for their business. And it just transitions to the right. And there's 5 businesses every month that as it transitions, you can check out the businesses. You can click the logo and it'll go to either their website or somewhere inside the app, or link to whatever they would like. So if they got deals going on, they have those, or a lot of them just choose to have it linked to their website, or some of them have it go to their phone number even. All right, so okay, and then you can come over here to build next. And this is where you add the functions of your app. And this is really just the meat of it. The buttons inside the app and what your app does. So over here, at the very beginning, we have the walkthrough. So the walkthrough is where they will get things like accepting push notifications, accepting location sharing, and signing up. Then the sign up page looks a little bit like this, where they can sign up with their social media accounts, sign up with email, sign up with Facebook or Twitter or Google. And then our customers on the dashboard can see who signed up with what, who's using the app that way, and then it's easier to promote your stuff as well. So then down here, you got your features. So I'm going to show you how to add features in a second. That's right there. But here's your inactive features down here. So if you want to make a feature inactive, you can just hover over it and click the minus. It'll go away. Or if you want to move a feature and rearrange how they appear in the app, you just drag them around like this. So again, minuses make them come down here to inactive. Then you make them reactive again by hitting the plus, or you can get rid of them altogether by hitting the minus again. So adding a feature now. So you would click add. And here are all the different features. And I'll go over some of them with you real quick. Just a brief overview. The Around Us tab, that's great for real estate. So Around Us tab is a great way to display relevant options or points of interest within your app, drawing attention to hotspots in the area. You can incorporate up to 3 different business categories, and users can easily access business contact information, address, and GPS directions for each location. So the Call Us tab. So the Call Us tab is pretty self-explanatory. You can link whatever website you like in there. Then users will click Call Us, and then it'll just go to click the website or the phone number after that, and just 2 clicks away from calling any number. So that's great for businesses as well. Car Finder, we do have a client that uses that. The county fair uses that because they got a giant field of a parking lot. So people go park out there in the hundreds of thousands, and they're way, way out there. And they can click on Car Finder, drop a little pin where their car is, and then when it's time to come back to the car, they just open up the app. And just like on navigation, it navigates them right back over to their car. So that's kind of neat. So anybody with a big parking structure or parking lot, that could be handy for. Contact tab is super important. So the contact feature is the most essential on our platform. It displays general information like business location, website URL, contact info, so phone and email, and operating hours. We recommend completing the contact features content before you move on to other features, because info can actually be pulled from it and used within other features. Custom forms is next, which is really nice because you can designate an email so people can fill out a form real quick. And I mean, you can add whatever you like in there, multiple choice, name, phone number, email, all sorts of stuff to the forms. Then you designate an email, and then they hit submit, and the form goes to whatever email you designate. We got a customer that has an airfield, actually. And I'll tell you a little bit about his app. So with his airfield, he needed something for his employees to be out in the field and to submit their reports. So while they're out there in the field, they can open up the app, and then they just click on the form. And they submit all the information. They fill out their form real quick and hit submit. It goes back to boss at headquarters, and he's got a nice spreadsheet of everything they're doing that way. So that really added some value to his business. Direction View. The Direction View features offers one-touch directions to multiple locations. It's quick and easy to set up and allows you to enter as many addresses as you like. So that could be useful if you do a community app like ours. Email photos. So I got to tell you a little story about this. You got to be careful with this. So when I first launched the Twin Falls app, I had photo contests. And what's nice is the email, when they submit photos, it doesn't just upload into a gallery inside of the app. And thank goodness, because I got some interesting submissions from people. And yes, if you're got any imagination at all, you're probably correct right about now as to imagining what kind of stuff I got sometimes. Moving on. Events. So events is great. You can engage your users with events and promotion and upcoming and past events, but events version 2 is really where it's at. So the events version 2 feature allows for easy event promotion, add upcoming and past events. Easy I'm going button allows users to RSVP. You can enable in-app event commenting and photo posts. You can even import events from Facebook. So the events version 2 feature is the upgraded version of the old events feature. And events version 2 feature is natively functional. Let me tell you a little bit about natively functional. So when you're developing apps for people, you're going to start out developing a web app for them. And then you're going to upsell them on the native apps, which is iPhone and Android. And that's where you're going to make, tons of money, because that takes a little bit more work. And it's easy with our platform, but you don't need to tell them that. So you'll be upselling them iPhone and Android, but you're going to really sell them on the native apps at first. So native functionality. Let me get back on track here. When you go to submit for Apple, they're going to want you to have 12 native functionality tabs active, which means you're going to have to get rid of everything else that you actually want and submit everything to Apple with native functionality tabs like Call Us, Car Finder, Events, Chat, Email Photo, things like that. And so because they want things that the phone works really well with. So then once you get through the process of submitting with Apple, and they get you approved, then you can re-add back in whatever you like. Just a little side note there with Apple, what you got to do. All right, moving on. Fan wall. So your customers love you, so let them shout it out from the rooftops or, through an app. Our fan wall is a forum for people to connect over their shared adoration for you and all that you do. And fan wall version 2 is just a little bit more robust. So the fan wall version 2 feature is an easy way to increase engagement with the app. The feature allows users to comment, ask questions, and discuss what they love about your business or service. Users can share photos, reply to each other's comments, and view the location fellow users were when they commented, if you have that enabled. The fan wall version 2 feature is the upgraded version of the old fan wall feature, and the fan wall version 2 feature is natively functional. So remember that when you go to submit for Apple. We'll walk you guys through that if you guys decide to build apps with us, so don't you worry. Next, food ordering. I'm going to go through these a little bit quicker. So, there's all sorts of businesses out there that can take advantage of that. That's great. Golf courses. So with the golf course feature, you can build out a golf course range and allow users to score their games right in the app. So golf courses have money, guys, so make sure you target your local golf courses. Have them build app. GPS coupons. What that is when someone walks into the store of one of your clients, they'll get a little notification, and it'll tell them that they got a GPS coupon, and then click it and open it and get whatever the client has put in there for them. Image gallery is what you might imagine. It's a gallery. And you can connect your Instagram or other types of galleries as well. So it makes it super easy for your clients. They can just log in, upload photos, or connect their Instagram if they have one, or other services. So then, all right, here's info tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. So let me explain info tier 1. So say you've got a restaurant and they want to upload their menu. It's all on one sheet. So someone would open the app, click on menu, and it would just open up a page of their menus. Now imagine it's a little bit more robust menu that you're building for them. Now they would click menu and it would open up for info tier 2. And what that would do is, so they have burgers and say salads. So they would click on burgers and then it would give them a list of all the burgers that they offer. Then info tier 3 is just a little bit deeper. So you can go, so say they open up the menu, then they say burgers and salads. They click on burgers, then they got the different types of burgers. So you can click on, say, the veggie burger, and it goes in a little bit deeper. You can see like what is on it, that kind of stuff. So if they really want to get detailed, go info tier 3, but that has applications for everything, not just menus. We use it for inside the Twin Falls app for our business listings, actually. So when people click on business listings, it opens up. They see all the different categories of businesses. Say they click on car dealerships. So they can see car dealership A, B, C, and D. So you click on car dealership A. It goes in, and you get information for them. You can go back a step and go to car dealership B, get all their info. So just different tiers. The more you click, the deeper you go, type of deal. All right, so loyalty is next. So it's kind of like a punch card. So the loyalty feature allows users to have an in-app version of a traditional stamp card rather than pulling out the hole puncher or scribbling on a little card or something. It's an easy-to-use symbol. The vendor punches the secret code into the customer's phone to add a stamp. You can also opt to add advanced loyalties to your app as well. This feature offers greater customization and more user engagement. So loyalty programs are a must for everybody. It's really simple to use. I'll show you it a little more in what he's doing with it, with tattoos. Mailing lists. So the people that understand mailing lists, there's two types of people that understand mailing lists and the people that don't. So the people that understand them and see that they have this capability, they get really excited about it. People that don't, they just kind of skip over it and they don't really care if it's in the app or not. They don't utilize it, but they should, and everybody should do email marketing, really. But the ones that do, they love it. People sign up for the mailing list. They get a little reward for doing so. If the client wants to do that, they give them their email, and then the client has it in a spreadsheet, and they can upload it right into MailChimp or whatever their thing is that sends out email, and then send out their mass email marketing. So that's pretty great. Menu is kind of like the tier 3, but instead of options to include thumbnail images in the item, you can specify a price for each item. So that's kind of neat. Merchandise. So people that would like to sell items can do so inside the app. So you can sell from inside the apps, which is pretty fantastic. Messages is where the push notifications come down, and people can review old past messages, click on them, and go to whatever people are promoting. So when you send out a push notification, I'll go over push notifications here in a second. Push notifications like a text message directly to the app users from the app itself, and they appear at the top of the screen like a text or an email, just like that. And you can link them to wherever you like, so somewhere on the web, a phone number, or somewhere inside the app. So if you want people to use your loyalty program, you can send out a push notification that says, hey, go check into our loyalty program today and come into the store, visit us, and we'll give you 2 stamps today. Mortgage calculator. So again, real estate agents are a fantastic industry to target for creating apps. I highly recommend it. Definitely go and hit up every real estate agent you can, because they all seem to want an app and compete with one another. So I'll leave it at that for now, but keep that in mind. That might be one of the first places you start if you decide to build apps, is real estate. Definitely go hit up the real estate agents. Music. It's another big industry. There's a ton of bands out there. I mean, it's not the most lucrative sector, but there are a ton of bands, and like I said, for web apps, the overhead is definitely very low, and this is all residual income. So people are paying you on a monthly basis, Once you get it all set up and they're logging in, hopefully they're taking care of it themselves. But definitely, if they make it clear to them, if they need a lot of help, there's extra fees for that. So make that clear. But also let them know if they'd like to log in. Let them know you got their back no matter what. You're always there, available to them if they need help. If they need a lot of help, though, you've definitely got to charge for that. But if they just need a question here, a question there, and it's real quick, just deal with that. It's fine. But definitely go above and beyond for your customers. Over deliver every chance you get. Check on them all the time. Ask them if they need anything. Most of the time they don't. A lot of times they'll have a question and they do appreciate it, and they'll keep doing business with you. So go above and beyond. Email them, message them, call them. Just do one of those. Make sure you do it. I'd say once every 3 months. All right, the news feature. News feature is a great feature that keeps your app users up to date on issues that relate to your business or service. The content that appears in your feed depends on the keywords you provide. So if you've got like a political app, you can populate it from Twitter or Google with whatever information you put into the keywords. Notepad, you can have notes inside of your app. So that's kind of neat, is you can take notes right inside your app. So if you're doing an app for a college or a university, that's pretty handy. PDFs, so if you got a client that just needs a high quality PDF to pop up when someone hits a button, like so the fair, they have a map of the fair in PDF format. They click map and a little PDF of the fair pops up and people can follow around on the map there. It's kind of neat. Podcasts. You can find people out there doing podcasts. That's pretty neat. Or if you got an idea for an app of your own, podcasts are great. QR coupon. So this feature is moved, but I'll tell you a little bit about QR coupons. So you know what a QR code is. That's what that is right there. So you can set the QRs to when people scan them. They can set it to scan it once or twice or 10 times to unlock whatever reward you would like them to be able to unlock. QR scanner, that's a native functionality as well. Definitely add that if you're going to be submitting a native app for Apple. The real estate tab, like I said, real estate is a huge industry. Definitely hit up your real estate agents because they can add all the homes that they want to show. They can add their phone numbers, their email addresses. They can send out push notifications to all the clients they got, have them, letting them know they got new homes to sell, stuff like that. They can. There's even geofencing, so if they only want to talk to clients and say, a certain city, they can just put a dot on that city and draw a geofence within 10, 20 miles of it. And only people in that area will get it. So real estate agents is a huge market and they pay a lot. Definitely hit them up. Reservations. Well, that's kind of self-explanatory, but that's a great tab. Check it out more later. RSS feed. So you know what those are, hopefully. Sports stats. So that's good for schools. Schools kind of like those. Tell a friend, native functionality, and it's a good way to get your app shared. People really love your app. They can share it. Gives other people a link on all sorts of different platforms. Tip calculator, great for restaurants. They love it. Include that for everybody who has waiters or waitresses. Voice recording, so you can record your own voice, or for lectures. Universities love those. So you record your notes and then you can send it by email. Websites. So that is what it is inside the app. So your clients that have a more robust mobile experience, you can link different parts inside of their website from the app. So their app can play along great with their mobile optimized websites. If you got a client that doesn't have a mobile optimized website, well, you better jump right on that if you like building websites. I personally do not anymore. I just build mobile apps. But if you are a person that still builds mobile apps or websites, help your client get a mobile optimized website. Just be sure to charge what you're worth. Wufoo form. So Wufoo is great. Let me read you. If you don't know what Wufoo is, definitely check that out. Wufoo, actually, we use that, one of our features, and it also, Wufoo forms connect to Stripe. And that's how we get people to pay for their subscriptions and sign up. So they sign up on the Wufoo form, and at the bottom there's a link to the plan they like for their subscription. And then so they fill out the form, pick their plan, hit submit, and that's how we get paid a lot of the time. So that's kind of neat. YouTube channels. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you're going to build an app for somebody out there doing stuff with YouTube, or a lot of businesses have YouTube channels of their own. You can just go over to YouTube, get the URL, and put it in there. So let me show you how to do that real quick. So we're adding a feature, right? So if you wanted to add, so you could add, let's just do call us. So add call us, right? Hit select, name, tab, call us. Click add. And here under contact, so you can make a custom design and make the background look however you like, or change the colors around under custom design, but you don't have to because that's all under design. And just to keep everything looking the same, I would just recommend keeping everything in under design. Otherwise, you got a whole bunch of different features that are just running all over the place, looking different. Anyway, so call us, so you can add a featured icon if you've got the kind of app layout that has the icons. If you don't, it's fine, but if you want, so we'll add that for him. Select, and then we add a phone number. So the phone number is call the studio. And you add a phone number. So 800 210. Click add. And here's the most important button of all. It's the save button. If you work with us, you'll hear me say this all the time. Can't stress it enough. Find the save button. That way you don't do a whole bunch of work and then go to open the app and check it out and be like, oh man, what happened to all that work I did? It's because you didn't hit save. I mean, it still happens to me. You just gotta make sure you hit save. All right, so we added a call us button. So what I'm gonna do now is come over here to features, because he doesn't need that, and I'm gonna make it disappear. It's gonna go down here to inactive. Then I'm gonna click this one more time. Are you sure you want to remove the following features? Yeah, get it out of here. All right, now it's gone. So that's how you make features active again from the inactive features. It's usually down here. Bring it back up here. You can make features reactive or delete them by clicking the minus. Add a new feature here. Make sure you fill out your walkthrough in your setup and login. Those two features are not automatically set up. You just got to click on them. So on walkthrough right here. So welcome. Tell us how your app will help them. So you can edit, and it says welcome right there. Earn rewards and access special offers, all from the palm of your hand. So that's be the first thing they see, and then they'll see get started, and they'll go on to push notifications, and they'll opt in for push notifications, opt in for location, and they'll opt in for signing up. Again, signing up looks like this. They can sign up with email, Facebook, Twitter, Google, or they can just skip it. Hopefully they don't, though. And now I want to show you the other most important thing than the save button, and that's under manage over here. So you'll hit manage, and you'll come down here to push notifications. Best thing about apps is being able to send out text messages from the app to the users. So as you see here, I got Happy 4th of July is scheduled for him, and you can schedule all of your push notifications ahead of time. So if you got a whole month full of promotions and you want to set them all up all in the same day, you can do them all in an hour. You get it all out of the way. And how you do that is you come over here. So here's all the ones that have been sent, right? Here's what's been scheduled. And here's your drafts. So under scheduled, you come up here to compose. You type it out. So what's the next holiday coming up? April, May. Oh, not that. Stay in 2018, please. So we're in April. So we got May, June, July, August, September, October. We'll do Halloween real quick. So October 31st is Halloween. All right. So we're going to come over here and type in messages. We're going to type Happy Halloween. Come in and see us for a trick or a treat. All right. And you come down here and you pick your target audience, which devices you want it to go out on. So you want it to go out on Apple, Android, and the web app. You filter by location. So if you're a real estate agent, you got to tell them about this. So if they want to only talk to their clients, say in a particular town, and tell them about houses in that area, they would go and pick that town, drop their ping, and then say only clients within 10 miles of this location will see this message. So you can kind of do some geofencing that way. With the push notification, you can set up the link. So when they open the push notification, which comes down like a text message, appears at the top of the screen when they get a notification, you can send them to a website, to a specific feature inside the app, or you can link it to an offer where they can edit their own photo, put a title, and customize this a little bit, make it look different. Put their content here, their name, and their website, or whatever they'd like to link it to. But let's just do none for now. Then they can also post to Facebook or Twitter. So we'll do Twitter for them. Then we'll schedule it. So you can schedule right now or schedule message for later. So make sure you pay attention to this, because sometimes, I mean, I'm still guilty of this. I'll go to schedule something for later or put something that was intended for later, and I'll end up sending it right now if I get too quick with it. Or you can just save it as a draft. So go to schedule message for later. So when you pick your date, October 31st, and we're going to do that at 11:30 a.m. Pick your time zone. It's important. So we're in Idaho, so that's Mountain Time. And then you'll hit preview and send. So it'll look like that at the top of their phone. Happy Halloween. Come in and see us for a trick or a treat. Wink, wink. And they can connect that to their website or to their phone number, to their loyalty program, really anything. So this is a great tool for you if you have an app of your own, or if you're building for your clients. You definitely got to teach them this. And what's really nice about this is we have a new app coming out, which will allow your clients to, and you can give this to your clients as well, allow them to sign into their app on their phone through this app, and see all the activity, view their analytics, and schedule push notifications right from that app. So that's coming here pretty soon, and we'll tell you about that guy when it's ready. Anyway, I'm going to hit schedule here, scheduling your push notification. All right, so you got a push notification scheduled there, and so yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. We've got a lot of tools here on our website, so you can click here to build your app, or you can get to app developer resources over here. You can start selling right here. Get the templates and tools. We're adding stuff more and more every day now. App builder tutorials will be over here. So if you want to start selling, for instance, come over here and you can view some important sales stats, or you can learn how to sell to your existing clients. And then we're going to add about a dozen other things as well. Then check out important sales stats real quick. So you click that and ask for access. It'll grant you access to it. And I'll just open up in Google Docs, and then you can kind of go through here. And this is good to pay attention to. Definitely come over here and check this out. Learn about it a little bit. So let me just read a little bit of it for you. So it says 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. Guys, make sure you follow up with your prospects. That is the best advice I'll give you. Just stay on top of it and follow up, follow up, follow up. Don't let 2 weeks go by without closing the sale. 25% of salespeople make a second contact and stop. 12% of salespeople only make 3 contacts and stop. 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts. And only 2% of sales are made on the first contact. 3% of sales are made on the second contact, 5% are made on the third contact, and 10% of sales are made on the fourth contact. So you can imagine that you've got to do more than that. Honestly, it doesn't actually ever really take us that many contacts. We know pretty quickly whether they're interested, but I mean, if you're persistent, you'll get the sale. So 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. So if you take away anything from that, take away that. Fortune is in the follow-up. You got to follow up. Then you can sell to existing clients. Teach you how to do that. Over here in templates and tools, we're going to have a whole bunch of stuff here for you, but right now we got industry-specific flyers. So you can come click on these and learn about what's available to each of them. So churches, health features, so nonprofits, real estates, restaurant, retail, schools, spas. So real estate, for instance. You open this up, and once it loads, scroll down a little bit, and you read about the features that you need to be including for these guys. So the Around Us tab, PDF, events, messages, tell a friend, real estate, where they can enter in their own homes and upload pictures of their homes. There's an info tab here, and the website, obviously their website. So churches, that's another great industry to target. Churches need apps. So events, messages, fan wall, website, reviews, info, tell a friend, and podcasts. So the pastors like to record their stuff, and they can upload their podcasts on that for the congregation. Another great feature to add is allowing people to pay their tithes and give. And so definitely add that and mention that to the churches, because that's a big selling point. All right, guys, so if you're interested in working with us and like to sell apps, build an app of your own, build a community app, we got other apps. This business model works with many different apps. You don't just have to build a community app like the Twin Falls app. We've got another app called the Wed Day app, where brides can download the app, get their audience, there's a better word for that. I just can't think of it at the moment. Their guests. There it is. Wow. Anyway, get their guests to download the app for the Wed Day app, and then you've got 300 photographers all sending photos directly to the bride. So that's pretty great. And then there's things like the Inks Nation app. So again, tattoos and tattoo parlors, they love apps. They've got money. So Inks Nation is going to be a national tattoo app where people can submit their tattoos. We're going to have all the different tattoo parlors around the country in here. Yeah, that's pretty fantastic as well. So that'll just be run through little microtransactions. So let me tell you about Twin Falls app for a second, real quick though again. So the Twin Falls app, the plans for the Twin Falls app are just $30, $60, and $100 a month. And so it's affordable, so people don't say no. The next thing is people that sign up for the $100 a month plan, we don't only just put them on the front of the app and give them more push notifications. We also offer them an app of their own at a discount. So all this is residual. The overhead is literally nothing, and everything is just upsell from there. So you've got them inside of your app. They're signed up for your highest offering, and then you can offer them an app of their own, start them out with a web app, and then if they are a bigger company, they can afford an Android app and an iPhone app, then you're talking about thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars. So definitely start them out. Everybody can afford to do the web app. You're getting residual income, whether it's $50, $100, $500 a month. You really just got to gauge each business and decide how much they can afford, really. Great way of doing that is going and checking them out on Facebook and finding out how many users they got, asking them how much they spend on advertising, so if they're doing radio, if they've got billboards, if you find them in magazines, if they're in the phone book, don't throw your phone books away. Check out those phone books and see if people are advertising in them. Those people are pretty much just throwing their money at advertising, and you've got something that you can help them with. It'll help them grow. Mobile apps are just fantastic tools, and there's really nothing better. So this is a great opportunity for you guys. I definitely encourage you guys to contact us, sign up, and come build apps with us, because the sky is the limit. You can give us a call. Phone number is 1-800-552-4210, or email us at info@economyspark.com, or just visit us on the web at economyspark.com, or you can also download our apps or start out with the web app. Go to usethe.economysparkapp.com. All right, hope to hear from you guys.